to share something that seems to be working on Instagram at the moment. Now I've got quite a big Instagram account and the engagement is really awful. It used to be about 500 likes a picture when I had about 10,000 followers, and then I got to 17.1 or 2, and then it's been going backwards ever since, really. So I wanted to share something that I've been trying out and it seems to be working. I've literally just done this today, so we're not even 24 hours after my last picture went up, but it's already better than usual, especially for a Sunday, because Sunday's always really quiet on my Instagram. So I thought I'd just share with you what I did, and then maybe it will be helpful to you guys too. So if we go into one of my older pictures, so for example, let's take this. So this was 5 days ago, and it got 99 likes, which is terrible, really. But what I did was I went into the hashtag, because obviously the only way really to find new accounts and to tap into new people that like your picture is through the hashtags. And there's no point using a hashtag really unless you can feature in the top. Now, you're never going to get noticed really. People are just going to, if they're looking at hashtag, they're just going to pretty much go into that the top 9, and they might look at the top 9 and they're probably not really going to look actually down the hashtag. What they'll probably do then is they'll probably go and click one of these other hashtags because it's relevant, and they'll look into that top 9, and then they might click another one, and again and they'll be liking the pictures that they come across that they like within that 9, but they're probably not going to go down the feed much. So the idea of this is that you've really got to be in that top 9. So it really makes it important for you to pick the right hashtag so that you can be in that top 9, and then you can stop using the ones that you're not in the top 9 for and use something else instead. So the way that it seems a bit of a ball ache, and when I first started to do it I did think, oh, it was worth it. So what you do basically is, this is the old one, so you go into the first hashtag and it says female entrepreneur. Now I'm not going to show up on these because this was 5 days ago, but I'm just going to tell you what my findings were. That basically I wrote down the hashtag and I wrote down if I featured in the top 9. Now I did that after the picture had been live for 12 hours. So when it had been live for 12 hours, I went in and checked that if I was in the top 9 or not. So for one called Free Education, I was in the top 9. For Hustle Hard Girl, I was in the top 9. So I wrote down how many images, which you can see there halfway down where it says most recent. So that's 1 million. Okay, so I didn't feature in the top 9 here. So I'd ignore that because I know I'm going to get rid of that one. So anything that I did feature in the top 9 for, I wrote it down and wrote down how many pictures were in the gallery. For example, Free Education was 26,000, Hustle Hard Girl was 6,000, Girlpreneur was 41,000, and then I could start seeing how many images are in the galleries of the ones that I am featuring in. It does seem complicated, but it's not really, if you think about the fact that if you're not featuring on one that's 1 million, but you're featuring one that's 6,000, you know that you need to try maybe 7,000 and then 8,000, and when you hit 9,000 and you don't feature, then you know that you've got to use hashtags that are under that 6,000 or whatever I'd have said. So I then wrote a big list of all the ones that were okay. Then I went through in the sort of general figures, then I went through the hashtags like this and found other things that might be okay and checked halfway down to see how many they'd got. And if it was under, I think I was going for under about, I was featuring in 140,000, so I think that was my ceiling. So I wouldn't have picked Women in Biz because it was 700,000. Then what I did, I will show you my feed. So this has been up for 36 hours and it's got 78 likes. So, and there's not anything wrong with that. And that was on a Saturday. But obviously I amended the hashtags. These are the hashtags that I sort of use a bit, and you can see some of them are in here that I've just mentioned. But things like the Happy Now, Make You Smile style, and a few of these I took out because I was never going to be able to feature in them. And then I added all my new hashtags in, and already after 11 hours it's had 101 likes. And today I got 6 followers in 11 hours, which is not masses, but it's more than I normally get, I'm sure. So if you look into what I did, so these are all the hashtags I added in. I know now, so this has been up 11 hours, so that's fair enough, that's almost 12. So I can go into free education, and I feature in the top 9, so I can keep that one. And I want to go and check that I'm in the top 9 for these pictures. Yep, number 1. Yep, in the top 9. So I can just literally go through these hashtags and just make sure that I'm in the top 9, because if I'm not, I'm going to ditch them. Yep, number 1, a small one, but you never know. Make it work. So I might take out that's in there. So that small one, which was the Sparkles Diary, it's only 300 people. So what I might do is ditch that one out, and I know I can go up more now, so I can go up to a higher one. And literally just going to go through, and maybe I'll pick one of these and sit at the top and see whether that's a good one. But let me just show you a couple more, and then yeah, number 1, and that's got 227,000, and I was still at number 1. So that means that I can go up a bit more. So I could try one that's around another one that's around about that, and see whether I can still get in the top 9. Creative Biz. Oh, this is a big one. Oh no, 109. I'm top number 1. Inspired by number 1. See, and I wasn't featuring like that with the other hashtags. Entrepreneur style number 1. So you can see then I might go into that. So I might use some of these and put them in a different order, and then I'll take out She Delights. So I'm going to go into another one of these. Try and make sure you're picking things that are. See, I'm never going to pick that because it's 1.6 million. So I just thought I'd show you that. See how many that I am in my hashtags. I'm featuring in the top 9 for all of these, and quite often I'm in number 1 position. I've been in number 1 more often than not. That's where you're going to get spotted by other people, and that's where you're going to get more follows from. So I thought I'd just share that. So go through the hashtags that you're using, like I did. Literally go into the hashtags, get a piece of paper. It doesn't take that long. Go into the first hashtag, see after 12, make sure you do it after about 12 hours of the picture being live. So obviously I'm actually at number 1 there, but that's quite good after however many days. But you're going to then think, am I in the top 9 after 12 hours? If not, I'm going to write down in the no pile, but I'm going to make a note of how many posts are in the gallery. Then I'll go into the next one and I'll do exactly the same thing. And if I'm in the top 9 after 12 hours, I'm going to put it in the yes column, but write down exactly how many it's got so that you can see the trend. And then when you need to ditch one because you're not in the top 9, you'll be able to easily pick one, go into these related and pick one that you can feature in. So I know that I can go up to about 240-ish now thousand posts, but any more than that I'm going to get lost in this. But that's my image there, so I'm all right with that one. So I wanted to just share that with you, really. Hopefully that made sense, and give it a try. And when you use the hashtags like the next time, so what I'll do tomorrow is I'll go into here, I'm going to check these hashtags before I just schedule tomorrow's, and I'm going to mix them up. So I might copy the first 2 and chuck them down in the middle. I might copy the couple at the end and chuck them up a bit so that I'm moving them around every single day. Instagram don't like it if you seem to have copied and pasted bunches of hashtags. So every time you put hashtags in, go in and which is why it's easier to do it on a desktop, and muck them about so that they're not all in the same order. Anyway,